Hey everybody. So I am going to walk you guys through MWA 2 research paper, or your second major writing assignment. The due date is March 22nd. Rough drafts will be due before spring break, so make sure to check out the dates on the course schedule. So, what exactly are you going to be writing about for your research paper? So in the previous sequence, you guys worked through a podcast, used it as your primary source to make an argument. Well, now you're going to take that argument that you learned, the skills you learned, the um, types of arguments that you learned, and you're going to put that into use for the research paper. This is technically speaking an argumentative research paper. So you are going to pick a topic. It can be almost any topic that you want. And I recommend that topic be something related to your major field of interest. So, for example, if you are a pre med student and you're really curious about physician assisted suicide, or you have strong feelings about it, if you have strong feelings about national health care, if you have strong feelings about euthanasia. If you're a business major and you're really interested in the idea of selling uh, users' metadata to companies, anything like that. If you're someone who might be interested one day in developing your own social media website and you're curious about how social media lends to bullying, really, it's really open to the things that you're interested in, the things that you care about. So, what are you gonna do? What is it that you're doing in this paper? You're gonna take a stand. Whether you think social media contributes to bullying, whether you think that student athletes are better off not having such a rigorous athletic schedule, anything like that, you're gonna do research on that topic. You're gonna figure out like what exactly is are people talking about when it comes to this? What kind of evidence can you find? You're going to be using a lot of the UNM database in order to find your research because I don't want you guys to rely on basic Google searches. And one of the reasons for that is because when it comes to Google, it pops up almost anything that, hits on the keywords that you might be looking for. And so you might end up running into blogs and into websites that are pretending to be official websites because anybody these days can buy a .edu or .org account. So that being said, I want you to be cautious about using Google, and it goes without saying, Wikipedia is off limits. Now, there are some caveats, of course, to these rules. So, for example, let's say maybe you're someone who's into like nuclear war, nuclear bombs, and you want to talk a little bit about the history of nuclear bombs, but you're not sure where that came from, where that's going. I don't care if you do a simple Google search on it to figure out, where it comes from, and you'll probably get a hit on like the Manhattan Project. That's perfectly fine if you're trying to figure out where to go. But don't just use Google and pull out, the first few websites that you see. I want you to use scholarly articles. So the paper is going to be about 5 to 7 pages long, which I know for some people may be a longer paper than they've written before, but this is the standard page length for most colleges and universities, and you should just get used to writing long papers. Goes without saying, Times New Roman, 12-point font. You are going to have a works cited page, and it's not going to count towards your total page count. So I don't think you can just write 4 pages and then have a works cited page. And you need to follow the guidelines for MLA 7. We're not using 8 in this class. I want you guys to stay with 7. And in this sequence, we're going to be doing a lot of MLA activities, and I want you guys to use outside sources as well, such as Purdue OWL. So, in your paper, should have 4 citations from reputable sources, which we will also be talking about what that looks like in this sequence. As for the audience is really, it can be one of 2 individuals. It can be people that are not familiar with your field. So, for example, myself, I don't really know what the conversation in the medical field is going on right now. So, you can take this opportunity to educate me on what are the current issues that medical professionals are, you know, battling with each other at the moment. Or you can pick people that are part of your field, whether that's doctors or psychologists or whatever, and you say, well, I think that your points are all one thing, but I have something to contribute to this discussion. I want to be part of this discourse. So you are more than able to do that as well. Now, I said earlier, for the most part, you can pretty much pick and choose whatever topic you want. As if it's in your field, that would be even better. However, there are off-limit topics that I don't want you to write about because I feel like, first of all, most of these topics have been exhaustive, argued to death, essentially. And I also feel like it's very difficult to find supporting claims for one side or the other. And even though it's not going to be the main focus of this research paper, I do want you to have a paragraph focusing on counter arguments. So, with that being said, I just want to say right now, these topics, we're just going to keep them off the slate, keep them off from your radar. Don't write about them. If you do, I'm going to tell you, nope, can't do this. Pick something else. And that is same-sex marriage, abortion, same-sex adoption, Islamophobia, and legalizing marijuana. And by Islamophobia, I mean if you are someone that just has all these things to say against Muslims, again, that's not going to fly well in this class. And that goes to the next part where, when it comes to your topic, I don't want you to also take this as an opportunity to attack a group of people that you may disagree with on a religious, political, or even a philosophical level. This isn't your chance to say, Muslims are terrorists or Christians are terrorists. This isn't your opportunity to essentially attack a group of people. You are going to be writing papers that are going to be focused on scholarly research. It's going to be something that you're going to want to look back at and say, I've written about this, I've done work with this, and now that I'm further in my field, I can do more work with it. So please take that opportunity to help you in your interest, not to attack people, because, again, that's just not going to be allowed in this course. So I have some topic suggestions here. These are not even close to the topics you can touch upon. You really do have an open field. Of course, not the off-limit ones, but for the most part, these are open to you, as well as anything else you can come up with that you feel is important. And then, of course, this is the rubric. So I hope you guys will be going back and reading this. Not hope, you actually have to go back and read this in further detail. And hopefully this sequence will allow you to develop an argumentative research paper with backed up sources on topics and conversations that are happening within your field that can help you further along down the road. If you have any questions, email me. And yeah, let's get started.